Hello, my name is Faith Nodi, and this is my online presentations with my organization and addictions. So the organization I chose is Semper Healthcare Services. This is their contact information, so their website, phone number, address. They don't have an email, which I'll explain later, but they do have a contact form in their website if you need to contact them. So basically, this Semper Healthcare Services is a facility that provides high quality, holistic, and integrative addiction and psychiatry treatment to adults and children over 4 in Addison, Texas. Obviously, the children aren't getting addiction services, but they do with behavioral issues. They have been open for the past year and a half, and their mission is to provide evidence based guidelines and personalized mental health and addiction care. So, what are all the services that they provide? It's quite a lot. They provide a plethora of services, including inpatient and outpatient services. They treat people with conditions such as mental health and TMS services, depression, alcohol use disorder, and anxiety. Not just alcohol use disorder, but all substances such as heroin, meth, all of those. This facility also offers a wellness clinic that provides a couple of resources such as vitamin B12 shots, other health products. They call it their wellness clinic that provides travel and wellness. So the clientele and services designed. Their clientele, like stated before, is individuals from adults to children aged 4 and above. They can struggle with addiction, mental health, or behavioral issues, but they can also just need to utilize the wellness and travel clinic. The services is covered by my face here. In regard to addiction, their addiction services, it can be telehealth, which is online, but it also can be inpatient addiction counseling. The type that they utilize in this organization is the medication assisted treatment, which is MAT. So basically, instead of going through severe withdrawals, they will give you medication to subdue such harsh withdrawals. But the treatment that they also do, including the medication assisted treatment, is one-on-one individual therapy with a psychologist or therapist, and group psychotherapy. So fees, what's really nice about this organization is that they're very flexible and accept many different insurances, which some examples are the IHS Tribal Urban Funds, Medicare, Medicaid, federal military insurance, private health insurance, or cash and self-payment. Specific price depends on duration of treatment, which can extend for a long period of time or short. It's really dependent on what the individual needs that's getting treatment, if they're getting maybe addiction counseling or if they're just utilizing the wellness clinic. But the website did not offer specifics. Speaking of employment services, the only employer that's highlighted in the website is the team leader, which I guess would also be the head organizer, who has the licensure, is Dr. Anne Marie Odo, and all of her certifications and licenses. To work in the field, I would assume I would not need to have all these certifications, but she does because the organization that she supervises has all of them. But to work with addictions counseling, I would need to obtain a master's at minimum and all other state minimums required, that we previously discussed in other assignments, such as supervised clinical hours and things like that. So, what's the process when a person wants to obtain the services provided by Semper Healthcare? According to the website, they must call to make an appointment. To begin any treatment, they must require the intake process. This requires, like I just said, calling their number or filling out the contact us form on their website. Then a qualified professional will either call back or answer the form to find out what is needed and space and payment and things like that. It does not go into detail about the assessment process, but from context clues, they ask a series of questions and assessment instruments, tools to determine the severity. So, my impression of this service, it seemed like a good facility for a person struggling with addiction to receive treatment and start the road to recovery. But the one thing that did bother me was how much services this organization had. They didn't specify or have any specificity on just addiction. So I feel like having so many services offered limits how much can be focused on addiction, because I believe that not everyone can be 100% proficient in all the things that they offer. So if they're helping children, but they're also helping adults, that's such a wide range. Just doesn't feel like it's as best it can be in quality. But like I said, can start a good foundation. It can still help somebody. And that is my presentation. Thank you.